Welcome to Groove Theory Project, a podcast for music lovers. We are your hosts. I'm Arniesha.
And I'm Neijah.
And if you're tuning in with us
for the first time,
welcome. If you are already tapped in and you're joining us again, welcome back. We are excited for this episode.
Yes, it's a very special one.
Yeah, really special one. But let's start off with how you feeling?
I'm good. I just ate, so I'm gonna try to keep my energy up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feeling
I had a big lunch. Yeah.
I feel you.
But I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling good
too. It was
too.
a good lunch.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
You know, but we're gonna do what it do.
We're gonna do what it do. This conversation will give us life. Will bring us back.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
What's been on your mind lately before we hop into it?
What's been on my mind? Honestly, I saw that Rayana graced the cover of Harper's Bazaar this month, where in her interview she revealed, I don't know.
I didn't read it.
Okay. I don't know how much weight we should put on it because, you know, we've been waiting for music for forever.
Yes.
But she revealed straight from the source that she is ready to drop new music. So I'm excited about that.
We ready too. Like, not in an aggressive way, but like in a like, I'm welcoming this with open arms. Yes.
Absolutely. And we're really excited about it. But she kind of just talks to how she was waiting for inspiration and she needed to find the right sound to fit where she was in life as a developed woman, you know.
I love that. So, I love when artists take time. It's not easy. The world is always trying to rush you and taking time to be you and live and actually come back with something to give to the world, I think is the way you should do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Organically. So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
That's been on top of my mind.
I've been seeing some Solange editorials. Solange has been giving us lots of visuals lately.
Yes, lots of teasers.
And I've been loving all of them. Yes. And I saw that she opened like a St. Huron headquarters that looked really gorgeous.
I saw that too.
With that couch that we all love that she designed. So I've been excited about that. And I'm just waiting for some Solange.
Yeah. More
hopefully
heat to drop.
Some new Beyonce and Solange. That's what I kind of dream of.
I really am just waiting for another collaboration.
We haven't gotten them together in years.
Yes, literally.
Yeah, so please,
if you're watching,
Rihanna album and Solange Beyonce collab.
Yes.
Back to back.
That would be my dream for 2025. More, That would be ready for 2026 if that happens.
That would be fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of all those amazing women, and I did not even bring all that up on purpose, but today we're going to be talking about women in music and their importance and their voices and
their impact.
All the good things.
Yes, love that. As women ourselves.
Yes.
I'm really excited to go into this.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question though.
What's up?
When is the first time you remember like kind of feeling empowered or excited about being a girl and being a woman that's like related to music?
I don't know if excitement was related to this experience, but I feel like my mom used to she used to play Janet Jackson and like Anita Baker and all of these like undeniably talented like women when I was growing up. And I think it was more so associated with just like cleaning. Like that's what she would put on when we do our, you know, weekend errands or chores.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know why, but I associated that with like empowerment or girlhood. It was just like, ooh, I knew what time it was when Anita Baker was playing. Or if my mom was like doing something, she threw on, you know, Janet Jackson. I feel like that was the first association with music and empowerment, I guess, or just feel good music from women.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I asked because I was thinking about that for myself. Mm-hmm. And I remember being a kid and fully buying into the Spice Girls.
Ooh.
And their whole girl power movement.
Yeah.
2 words, not a lot deeper than that. But for me as a kid, I was like, yes, girl power, F boys.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that, but you know, like it made me feel like, oh yeah, I am proud to be a girl. That is like something that's different. Mm-hmm. And we are kind of like a little bit of an underdog in this human experience.
Yeah.
That was the first time I kind of realized that in like such a light and playful way. Mm-hmm. And then I just thought that was like cool to remember.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I love
girl
the Spice
power
Girls
back then.
Yeah.
Just 2 words.
Yeah.
Not deep.
Okay, well, let's get into this episode. I guess we can start with just the evolution of women in music.
Yeah. Where do you want to start?
I think we can even take it back to my influences and inspiration is, you know, blues, jazz, mm-hmm. and that lineage to R&B and pop. But yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, I think the music industry and a lot of industries are very male dominated, and we see that. But there has been some real like change makers and just people who have women who have spearheaded trendsetters that have really developed this industry into what it is.
Yeah.
Their impact has made an imprint.
Yeah, I think the industry and society kind of go hand in hand in all of that because mm-hmm. the women that are musicians at a certain time and place are kind of responding to their circumstances of that time and that place.
Absolutely.
And whether they intended to or not, like made an impact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're just like women existing, and that was their job was just so happened to be someone with a microphone or someone who's on stage, you know?
Yeah.
I think about, you know, Billie Holiday being mm-hmm. one of the pioneers of mm-hmm. jazz and being like one of the first like female stars.
Yeah.
Star vocalists. Yeah. And her impact with some of the songs that she sang, like Strange Fruit, mm-hmm. and commenting on the times and the experiences that maybe didn't get as much of a spotlight back then.
Yeah, for sure. I think she was like, that was the first iteration of like, well, not the first, but an early iteration of protest music.
Yeah.
Controversial music.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that specific song has made a lot of headlines.
It shook the table.
It did shake the table. It shook the world, honestly, because I think it even got banned at some point.
Absolutely.
And eventually led to her being imprisoned.
She was in prison?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because like think of someone as famous and as revered as Billie Holiday being in prison for speaking her experience mm-hmm. or singing her experience, and it's like I feel like that's a common theme with women in music. People want to, it's, you know, usually women are seen and not heard. Yeah. But even as artists, you're seen and you're like, here's your box mm-hmm. that you can stay in. Yeah. So I think one of the biggest themes of like women who are being seen on these platforms and have this these voices is stepping outside of what people are trying to keep them in. Mm-hmm. And that's where we really get the good stuff. Yeah. And we get really controversial. Yeah. Even today.
Yeah. I love that. I think women have a way of just like transmuting our experiences into one pieces of art and like creativity, but also into something that is relatable for others. Yeah. And that can really resonate with others emotionally.
Absolutely. And then to just piggyback off Strange Fruit, our girl Nina Simone redid it.
Yes.
I feel like that was the first version of it that I ever heard.
Okay.
As a kid. Mm-hmm. And then, like, once I started, learning more about music, I was like, oh, Billie Holiday did this song too? And I'm like, this is Billie Holiday's song.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, she's also a trailblazer in her own right. Broke down barriers. Yeah. I feel like, as we move into the later times, but these women walked so we can run, or walked so these other artists can run, in terms of just like bucking against the system and, fighting back and speaking up. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we came up in like an era of like, at least from being a kid, I don't know, maybe this is just most kids where we're being fed in the media and all that. I feel like we came up in a time where like people were just singing about, or women were in particular, singing about their crush, their love.
Yeah.
How sexy they were, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But in like, and as I got older, I started realizing that a lot of those songs were written by men.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. There was a lot of, especially in more recent years, ghostwriting going on.
Yeah. Like older men telling like this like 19, 18-year-old girl what to sing. Yeah. And then all these young women are like looking up to it, young girls.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to dive into with this topic.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, speaking to like the evolution, I think, looking at like Bessie Smith being, the Empress of Blues, and her kind of leading the way for Billie Holiday and Nina Simone, and then eventually the Lauryn Hills, the Missy Elliott's. Like, I do feel like the jazz and R&B, or jazz and blues trajectory in connection with, R&B.
Yeah.
90s, 2000s, and more recent times, like we can definitely see the connection there.
Absolutely. I feel like, jazz and blues, specifically jazz, I don't never studied too much about the blues, but jazz is like began as a African-American genre, form of music. And
lots
I feel
of genres did begin with us.
Yes, absolutely. But I feel like that's why we feel that through line.
Yeah. See it threaded all throughout.
Yeah, through jazz, and then jazz and gospel kind of going next to each other, and R&B and all of that kind of spawning out of. It's all connected in the same story.
For sure.
But yeah.
What are some of your favorite artists of, I guess, the generation before?
Generation before, like us right now?
Before the millennial, like maybe not you growing up, but the 80s, 70s.
Definitely Janet.
Before 90s.
Definitely Janet. Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
R-E-S-P-C-T. Find out what it means to me. And, what was it like? What was the cartoon that used to like have all the oldies? They were like sing all the oldies from like Aretha Franklin's time and like other artists.
I'm blanking
was it
on
Tiny
the name.
Toons?
I'm thinking of
I always forget what it's called.
What is was it like they did like a lot of grammar stuff?
No, not Schoolhouse Rock.
Okay. I
think it was like
thinking of that one.
Tiny Toons or something like that. Okay. I can't remember what it's called, but I learned all the like old songs from that, and that's where I learned respect, and then kind of did a deep dive into Aretha over the years. Even in high school, we did like this play dedicated to Aretha, or a musical concert dedicated to Aretha called Sing Along with Ree, and like we learned her whole life history and like studied her music and performed a lot of it. But like even just like people's stories are inspiring to me, like Aretha Franklin, Tina Turner's story.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said, Nina Simone, Janet Jackson. Like who else from maybe the 80s, the 70s that I love?
Definitely Janet Jackson. Who else? I mean, Lauryn Hill came up in the 90s, but she's one too.
I like Madonna too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I'm gonna say what I have to say, and I'm gonna be real loud about it.
Yeah.
She definitely moved the needle and pushed women forward.
Yeah,
for sure. What about you?
I mean, you named a lot of my favorites. I'm trying to think back too of
Diana Ross.
Oh yeah, Diana Ross. There's so many. Donna Summer. Who else? Whitney Houston, of course.
Yeah.
You mentioned Anita Baker. Love Anita Baker.
I feel like between maybe like around like the 80s and the 90s, when it comes to like music that was specifically vulnerable or empowering to women, it was always like an anthem. Mm-hmm. It was like a specific women's anthem.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of those songs kind of like helped us evolve into where it is now. Like, kind of feel like, I don't know how many like cliche women's anthems are going to go off in 2025, but I feel like female artists have like a kind of more leveled ground to stand on and like speak up and tell their stories or like, different experiences.
Yeah.
From like all right, Respect by Aretha, or like even like I wrote some of them down.
The Think by Aretha.
Think. Doo-wop.
Oh yeah.
Formation low-key is a...
I was about to mention that. I was like, fast forward to the 2000s,
Beyonce can still give us an anthem.
Yeah,
she can do it well.
She's good
yes.
for a good anthem every couple years.
Yeah.
But yeah, Formation, Proud Mary, Tina Turner.
Yes.
She paved the way in her own little vein.
Yeah,
for
just the unfolding of her story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like crossing over to a not popularly explored genre by Black people, although I feel like Black people also invented rock and roll.
Yes. I feel like
y'all can fact check me,
like
but
Beyonce's gonna give us the history on that with their next album.
Yes. Ooh, I cannot wait. Is that part 3?
That's what I hope.
Or Act 3?
Act 3, I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It definitely tracks.
Yeah.
Because you can see little snippets of it in other projects that she's done. But yeah, I think all of the anthems that we listed, like, they're so powerful. The lyrics and just the message behind it, and it just evokes a certain feeling in us all, which is, I guess, the recipe for a good anthem.
Yeah. Also, when I was thinking about this topic, I feel like there are other songs that are like not really an anthem, but like an alt anthem. Like still an anthem. Like I feel like Bag Lady is like something that women can all relate to and learn from.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a universal, just
like an experience.
Related. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, we all need to hear this.
Yeah.
So like, even I feel like music like that is very important because like the anthems are great and it's like this big show, but I love the story of women and their like
related experiences,
their lessons and things like wisdom just being shared in music. And I feel like that's really important for all of us to have, you know?
Yeah. Shout out to Erykah Badu too. She's another
big
one.
Shout out to Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the queen too. But yeah.
I guess we can speak to the industry challenges that we feel these people before us, years ago, what they actually experienced.
Like I was saying, like they're living in society at the time. Like, so, women are seen and not heard. You have a record deal, you have this experience, or this opportunity, but you're being put in a box. Are you being exploited? Like, insanely.
Yeah.
Like if you think about Tina Turner, she had Ike doing the business for her, who kind of was on his way out, found this young girl and kind of rode her coattails back to stardom. And she didn't really have a say in any of the business, didn't have a say in a lot of things, and experienced a lot of exploitation and trauma.
Yeah.
And I feel like that story is like, although we know that one to be a big story, it's like more common than you would think.
Yeah. And I feel like it was just, they were able to get away with a lot of that because of the lack of just representation on the business side.
And the lack of like representation on the business side, but also just the sentiment of like what's acceptable and what's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which speaks to the society taking or having an influence on that. It was a time where we weren't valued as equal and didn't have equal opportunity.
Yeah.
So, fruits of that, of course.
Yeah. But they still went through it and pushed through it, and
they did
helped move us all.
Yeah, made
forward.
Lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah, seriously.
Literally.
Maybe we should get into the 90s.
Ooh,
Our 90s queens.
Yeah. I mean, Lauryn
The 90s
Hill's
was
up
an
there.
interesting time, yeah. Lauren was like a Hail Mary for sure. And Erykah
Badu.
I feel like the 90s was like, just in general, just like a party time.
Yeah.
And there wasn't, like, the music business was booming so much that they were just bringing in artists that were going to keep, like, the party going. So, like, having, like, Lauren, having Erykah Badu, having, like, people who kind of went against the grain of that was nice.
Yeah.
And really, like, made
Balanced.
noise. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I do feel like having, I mean, that happens now too. Like, we have a handful of conscious artists in a pool of whatever the wave is right now,
But we started to get female MCs. Yes. Like, for real. Well, I mean, we had them in the 80s, obviously. Female MCs been around since hip-hop. But
really getting
traction. Really started to get big in the 90s.
Yeah.
With Lauryn
Hill, Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown. Missy Elliott was in a lane of herself.
Yeah.
She
producer and artist.
Yes, multi-hyphenated.
Producer, singer, songwriter, rapper,
composer. She did all the things.
Impeccable visuals.
Yes.
Impeccable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a goat for real.
Women breaking bounds creatively too, like kind of sitting in that director seat of this is my vision and I'm going to bring it to life, I think is really impactful.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's how you get those perspectives and those stories to like have your anthems of a formation or a bag lady or whatever it's going to be. Like, and giving women the opportunity to actually see their vision come to life. Yeah.
And I think it's really brave of some of those women's also just not being kind of confined to genre, which we see a lot now. Like the Beyoncés and the Doechis, the Doja Cats. That are very fluid, I think. I think music should be more of a spectrum than, genre specific, but we see a lot of that now where people aren't just stuck in a box and their creativity
starting to be.
I
feel like starting to be.
But their creativity drives them to push what they want to push out despite what the society or genre kind of labels them as.
Definitely. I feel like I just remember being like a kid in the 90s, like really, really into the poppy stuff and like the like really like typical stuff that kids were into. Like, I was obsessed with Brandy.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, she got a TV show. I had a Brandy doll, like a Barbie doll.
That's how they hooked us, I feel like. Yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of, especially the earlier artists, were tied to a TV show or, you know, like
capitalism,
a star of a movie.
They're like, you're going to be a consumer, little girl.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was obsessed with Brandy, obsessed with 3LW.
Oh, I remember the girl groups. Yeah.
I feel like that. Lizzie McGuire. Yeah. Like that. I was
oh my God, I love Lizzie I liked her TV show, not her music.
Okay. I like the music in the TV shows and the movie. I'll like break out in the hey now,
this is what dreams and a little shimmy are made of. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, I know a Lizzie McGuire song. Next. Yeah. The whole pop era was fun. I was into Britney and Christina and all of them too.
I loved the Mickey Mouse Club, all of them. And when they branched out to their own little groups in sync, you remember when I was a kid, they had like, obviously these boy bands or artists at the time had partnership deals, and McDonald's used to do a lot of their partnerships, and you can get like an NSYNC like mini player as like your Happy Meal
I was such an
prize.
NSYNC fan. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a regional thing, but I used to like, obviously I love their music, but I would like beg my mom to go to McDonald's so I can get their Happy Meal little toy. They had it for Britney. They had it for NSYNC, probably Backstreet Boys.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We were consumers.
Yeah, a victim of consumers.
We were consumers. Little baby consumers.
Yeah. I think back to that all the time.
Yeah. And I loved Aaliyah too. I was obsessed.
Oh, yeah.
Obsessed. Couldn't wear a crop top though back then. It was not allowed for me.
Yeah.
Not in my household. But yeah, I think so. Thinking about from the 90s, we saw a lot of women. I feel like one of my big takeaways from the 90s is seeing a lot of women like get in the driver's seat creatively, like Missy Elliott, even Erykah Badu. And then like the 2000s, we saw it a lot more. A lot more female producers, songwriters, and just a lot more female anthems.
Yeah.
But like even Beyonce like broke away from her dad,
right,
and like kind of did her own, not kind of did, but started to do her own thing. And then
what do you think was the motivation for that? Like
for her to do that?
Well, not just her, but being the night like that transition.
I think seeing
in the 90s,
maybe just seeing like different people do it, and also I think the conversation of feminism and like women's thoughts and opinions in life outside of a man started to become like very much a part of the mainstream. Like you got Sex and the City, you got like all kinds of things that are catered specifically to women. And I'm sure there are other things, but hey, I'm just giving y'all what I know in my short lifetime so far. But I feel like the 90s really started to like be some kind of iteration of that in mainstream media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that too.
Whether it was music or other platforms.
Yeah.
But like you got like in the 2000s, you got Beyonce doing her own thing. You got like Santi Gold coming.
Oh, I love her.
MIA.
Yes.
I loved her at the time, like obsessed.
I loved MIA too.
But so many more like creative women just like coming into the fold, and it was just like a beautiful array of things to choose from, and like different stories to relate to in different ways to feel seen and relate to women that maybe we didn't have before, because I can't emphasize this enough, but so many men were writing music, like writing these songs.
Yeah.
These like,
I mean, honestly, that's the power of DEI. Like, you have these waves of just progression and innovation because you mix things up.
Yeah.
Have, different perspectives.
Shake the table.
Yeah, shake the table a little bit. And it breeds, all this loveliness.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We need it. We can't get too comfortable, and unfortunately, I love comfort, but we can't get too comfortable because that's when we start to get stagnant.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Gotta shake shit up. What was your favorite early 2000s Banger or artist?
Early 2000s. Okay, this is kind of unconventional, but
I'm ready.
I was really into boy bands in
this is not
the
what
early
we talking
2000s.
About. Okay, favorite
female.
But now I want to know. Well, wait, can you tell me though?
Okay. Don't judge me.
Who is it?
But you remember the Hanson brothers?
I was a Hanson hater. I was a Hanson hater.
Okay.
Yeah.
But back to women.
Yeah, because I'll roast you on Hanson.
I don't know why I loved like the Hanson brothers.
Because you was into
NSYNC. Yeah, honestly.
My good girl spent some time in the OC.
Yeah.
She got lost in the Hanson brothers for a little while. But you know, judgment. We all go through eras. We all got eras.
A product of my environment for sure. But women in the early 2000s, I was obsessed with Maya.
Oh my gosh! How can I forget Maya?
Yeah, I was like, she was like up there for me. Loved her music videos.
Yeah.
I was really into music videos back then.
Yeah. I mean, that was like golden age of music videos. Did you guys have the box out here?
I didn't have cable, so
I don't know if it was cable.
Okay.
It was like this channel where they just played music videos 24/7.
Okay.
And you could call in and pay to play the video that you wanted to be seen.
Like a jukebox?
Yes.
But for music videos?
Yes. But obviously I did not have a job, like so I never called in. So I don't know if it actually worked.
Yeah.
But I would sit there and watch the music videos all day. I don't think it really worked because they would play kind of the same videos.
Okay. Maybe nobody was paying, so they just like...
They probably was taking money. They probably was taking people's money. And they were like, no, we're still going to pay play these videos that the labels told us to play.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but that's what I think. Because it was like, I remember they would play Bills all day long. I wanted to hear it and see it. And they would play when J-Lo came out with her single, If You Had My Love, they would play that all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the golden era. The early 2000s was the golden era of music videos.
Yeah.
When I would go to my grandma's house because she had cable, we would put on... or kind of just circulate between 106 in Park and BET.
Oh, 106 in Park.
The MTV Jams channel.
I miss 106 in Park.
Yeah. That was like a legendary show. That also pushed the culture.
Yeah. We need something like that again.
Yeah.
Maybe Groove Theory Project.
Yeah. Maybe it's an umbrella of Groove Theory. But yeah, that was a golden era, honestly. The late 90s to the early 2000s.
Yeah. It was a party.
It was
fun. Favorite female musician? Early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
I don't know my answer, by the way. I'm just pressing you for yours.
Favorite female musician of the early 2000s. So it's like
2000 through 2010. Oh yeah, I just figured out my answer. 2000 through 2010. Alicia Keys. I was obsessed.
Oh yeah,
I was obsessed.
She had me in a chokehold too. With the braids.
I learned how to play piano because of her.
Oh wow. Yeah. She definitely. She was up there for me too.
Honorable mention: Jill Scott.
Yes.
And I was really into India.Arie too. India.Arie was really cool for me because I was like, I can like relate to the way she looks and what she's singing about. I just felt I was into her vibe a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to a lot of neo soul growing up too. But favorite, I'm like
India.Arie was good female anthem.
She was.
Yeah.
She wrote a lot.
Jill Scott had the grown woman anthems.
I didn't realize until I got older
this is
how
nasty.
Explicit Jill Scott's lyrics were. Like,
but it was poetry though.
It was. It sounded beautiful, and of course, like butter coming from her.
Yeah.
But now listening to some of those songs, I'm just like clutching my
pearls. Listening
to. Shout out to Jill Scott. We love her.
Jilly from Philly.
Dang, I don't know if I can pinpoint.
I kind of feel like we kind of...
I know, it's all of the above for me. Yeah. Like, I can't say one was just like my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
I think it was definitely a favorite era for me.
Yeah.
Which is why even now, like, I gravitate to early 2000s music.
Yes, yeah,
and
same.
Weave that into all the things that I do.
I feel that. And Beyonce dominated through 90s,
she been on
2000s,
yeah,
2010s.
She's still kind of reigning. Like,
I went to see Janet this past summer with my mom, and I was just talking to her, and I was like, "This was your Beyonce, huh?" And she was like, "Yes."
Yeah. I hear stories of people like, or aunties. They were obsessed with Janet Jackson.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully
she did
so.
a lot too, kind of just, I guess, vocalizing just your sensuality and making,
and like having a voice, because she wanted to break away from like her child image, like being on Good Times and being associated with their family. She like really was like, this is me, like even with Control, like that was the whole message.
Yeah, she definitely broke barriers and probably was one of the first representations for me of a more controversial and just like out there artist.
Yeah. Janet is the truth.
She is.
And she still got them dance moves down.
Oh, I'm sure. I haven't seen her live yet.
That was my first time seeing her live, and she was getting it.
Yeah.
She was getting it.
her dancers are iconic.
Yeah. I'm like, let me go stretch. Because I can't do that, and I'm way younger than
you. Okay, I guess we can get into...
Maybe we get into the present a little. Like, because I feel like we kind of touched on like female MCs, but they really, really dominated in the 2010s. Not the 2010s, 2020. Like after late 2010s to now, we started really, really having the women take over hip hop.
Yes.
They're running that
recently.
House. Yeah.
Who's some of your favorite artists of today? Women MCs.
I mean, I cannot not mention Nicki.
Of course.
She definitely got shit started.
She did.
And inspired so many of the artists that we see today.
Yeah.
And just gave us a lot more energy with like female rappers. Like we were excited about that after it was kind of a lull. Yeah.
She kickstarted the industry, or the females in hip hop.
The new wave, not females in hip hop. There's ones before.
Yeah. Just from the lull that we spoke of.
Yes.
Ushered in the new class of women MCs.
But I would say I like, obviously, Nicki. I was feeling Cardi's album. Cardi B's
another
album.
one.
We do need another album. Like,
but yeah,
they
that's a banger.
on Rihanna's head, but they letting Cardi B slide too. Like,
because we also hear from Cardi B a little more often.
We get singles,
She does a lot of features.
Yeah.
Features have been carrying her all these years.
But I mean,
she can do a feature verse.
Yeah, she really can. I love everybody though. I love Doja Cat.
Love her.
I love her lyricism. She's an incredible performer. Her visuals are really good.
Yeah.
She's another really, really creative artist, fearless artist.
Yeah.
I love Meg.
Love Meg the Stallion.
Love Meg. I don't know what it is. Like, she could rap, but like, it's just something about her that's just like, she's like everybody's sweetheart. Her personality too.
Yeah. I think she's just an all around great entertainer.
Yeah, there's just like way too many to name. Glorilla.
Ooh.
I like Glow.
Yeah.
Glow is another one that seems like a sweetheart too.
Yeah.
Like she's everyone's sweetheart. Beautiful spirit.
Big Lotto. Love her down.
Yes. Although sometimes I be like, Lotto, I can't hang. You got a little too raunchy for me. I can't hang. Yeah. Oh my God.
Even with Megan?
Yes. Like the way Lotto says it, I'm like, you said clutching your pearls? Oh my God.
Yeah. I like a little ratchetness.
She's fun though. She's really fun. And she could rap. Like she could really rap.
And that's the thing about a lot of the modern, like, not only are they beautiful, not only are they, just hot right now, but they can also rap. They can get down.
Speaking of, they can also rap, obviously Doechii.
Yes.
Which I love. And we can't only mention Doechii because I love Tierra Whack.
Yeah.
Rhapsody is fire.
For sure.
But I love the variety that we have. because I feel like for a couple years there we were getting the same thing over and over from all the women rappers. But now we're really truly getting a lot of variety, like different styles, different stories, different perspectives. And the through line is just women being themselves and being fearless and being however that looks, you know?
Yeah.
Just showing up and having fun or sharing their experience.
Yeah.
I think is really, really big, especially in such a male-dominated genre.
Yeah.
And some people don't like to see it, but I love to see it.
I love to see it too.
Yes.
I think it's the sport of it all. I think that comes with the territory of hip hop. I like a friendly competition.
Yeah. I wonder if we
conflict.
will get like a fire ass, like, I'm going to call it beef because that's what it's called. Female rap beef, like a real one. Like not just a couple lines here and there.
I mean, we had one.
Like a really
was
good
it early
one.
last year? Nicki and Meg was going back and forth.
It wasn't long
one.
enough, but also I feel like it was too personal.
Yeah,
I guess they all get personal. They all get personal. Yeah. Something that's like really like what we just got from Kendrick and Drake. I want something like that. That's so bad. That's evil for me to want, right?
I mean, I think that's what the world wants. They want something provocative. Something to talk about.
Yeah, that would be fire.
Yeah. But I also don't like the idea of like, I feel like women are pit against each other.
Yeah, like tearing each other down. That's why we don't do it.
I actually do love the camaraderie of this new wave. Like, everyone's featured on each other's projects. Like, they're having cameos in each other's music videos. Like, they're friends.
Yeah, bring me back down to earth. We don't need it. Keep the peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the peace.
Yeah, I like it too.
And also sends a message.
Because women are like naturally, like people want us to be competitive.
Yeah. I think it sends a message that, and this is true all around, that there's enough room for everyone.
Absolutely.
There's enough to go around.
There's more than enough to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let the boys fight.
Yeah.
Over the scraps.
Squabble up.
Sorry, boys. Also, just while we're on current music, I got to shout out my girl, Cleo Soul.
Oh, my God.
And so many of, like, just, like, the R&B or, like, alt R&B
just
women
new
out there right now.
Of neo-soul, yeah.
Kalela.
They're holding down the female R&B.
They're holding down my car. Whenever I gotta go somewhere, they're holding me down.
Yeah, the Summer Walkers.
Yes,
the Ari Lennox. Girl, we need another album
and
from
how
her
did we
too.
not mention how this episode been on so long? We haven't talked about SZA.
Oh yes.
What the hell?
Oh Lord.
Wow,
yeah.
That's insane.
She up there too. I mean, females are running the game all around.
Yeah,
hip hop, R&B. I feel really blessed to be present in this era of music.
We didn't even talk about our girl Solange, or did we?
Maybe in another episode.
There's just too many. And that's the beauty of where we started with this conversation, is like
there's a lot of scarcity.
There are people who kind of got in the cracks where they could, and they've paved the way for so much, such a wide array of women to tell their stories, to have a platform and share their art and their perspective. And we have we're so rich in it now. We have so much to choose from, and that's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah. What would you like to see, I guess, in the future of women in music, be it hip hop, R&B, or just in general? Like, where?
I want to see like women run labels.
Period.
Like, even if it's like a TDE with a woman at the head, and maybe there are, and I don't know about it. Forgive me, but I want to see more of that. Obviously, more female producers. Shout out Victoria Monet, female songwriters.
Yes.
Money Long.
Love her.
I just want more and more and more.
Yeah.
And I want to see more age diversity in what we consume as well in the mainstream media.
Yeah.
From younger artists to older artists, because I think every story is important, and all of us need something to relate to, whether it's like kids or someone who's older, or, you know, we can all learn from each other and be represented.
Yeah, I like what you said about like age diversity, because I feel like with men, you know, the Isley Brothers are still dropping projects. And, you know, we have people, what's his name?
The telepathy is not working. I don't know what you want to say.
Like Maxwell, like these guys, you know, later in their career are still dropping music. And I feel like that doesn't happen
as much with
women. It's like we almost age out and become.
But also, we be kind of liking to chill.
Yeah. But I also would love like new music from Diana Ross. Or like,
that would be a blessing. I don't know if she's going to do that. Don't wait on that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But you know what I mean?
We just got Dolly Parton on Cowboy Carter, so
right.
Beyonce,
which was
make the call. Make the call.
I love that. But yeah, new music from Dolly Parton. New music from
they still have things to say.
Yeah.
We want to know. How's it like? What is it? What's it like right now for you? You know? And even I say
Patti
like
LaBelle.
Even on the younger spectrum. Even on the younger spectrum too, because I feel like I have like nieces and I'm like, I always ask them what they're listening to. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't think you should be listening to that. Like just something for them to have that's more age appropriate or like relatable for what they're going through at the time.
Yeah.
Because we don't always have to expose the babies to the bad, to the bad grown up stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just excited for just this movement to be pushed forward with women. Keep inspiring and innovating and doing what we do best.
Oh, I can't go without my little pop girlies who be speaking out and stepping on people's necks when they have a chance. Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
And Chappell Roan recently.
Oh, period.
Yeah, because Taylor Swift, you know, she made a big, not fuss, but like she brought the conversation of how much artists are being paid for streaming and just kind of like some of the really exploitative practices that labels do to artists, and like her using her platform as like a really huge female artist, I feel like was really important.
Yeah, even her fight for her to, you know, obtain her master's is inspiring.
Because a lot of artists just suffer in silence and we think they're doing great, and it's really like a shit show behind the scenes.
Yeah, and now we see more of those conversations happening.
Yeah, and Chappell Roan like speaking up when she won her Grammy about, hey, like maybe you guys can give signed artists a livable wage while they're developing. Maybe you can give them health care.
Yeah.
Because they're like spending their whole life and their days trying to make you $1 million. Meanwhile, they're struggling, you know?
She ain't wrong.
And that's why a lot of our beautiful artists like just go through shit that they don't have to go through. And we we don't need to break people in order to get great art.
Yeah.
We don't need to break people in order to get great art. But I still support rap beefs. Anyway. I'm not one thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so should we get into what we can put the viewers on?
Yes. I kept saying that I was going to write it down.
Honestly, I'm
still the same old girl. I did not write it down.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick up my phone.
Same.
All right. Getting ready for Let Us Put You On. Let me put you on.
Let me put you on to something.
Songs you may not know, but should know. From us to you. I'm going to do a jazz song. This came on my Spotify recently. I really liked it. It's called And One by Athletic Progression. It's a jazz gem.
Okay. I feel like I put something in one of my add to my DJ Crates playlist on Spotify because I really liked it. But honestly, y'all might already know this. This is honestly, it's more of an edit.
Who is it?
It's Alex Wann, the Rayarah. It's a track.
What genre is it?
It's kind of like housey.
Like the original track is housey or the edit is house?
This track right here is housey.
Okay.
But I really loved it, and I was just like, I need to play this on a set.
Say it again.
It's Rayarah by Alex Wann.
Oh, damn. Now I have another song.
Check it out. Let us know how you feel about it.
Rayarah by Alex Wann. I'm going to check that out. You saying Rayarah made me think about my friend Rayana Jay, who is fire. She's from the Bay Area, living in LA now.
Yeah.
She's an amazing person and an even just as amazing artist. One of her songs I want to say, I'm going to put y'all on to, if y'all don't know, it's called Garden. Beautiful song. Okay. Garden by Rayana Jay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I gotta check that one out too.
Y'all got 2 out of me today. They got 2 out of me the last episode. I'm just really generous.
You're just on a roll, yeah.
I just like to give to my people.
Yeah. A generous queen. A generous queen.
A generous queen?
We love a generous queen.
All right.
I guess that wraps up this episode.
Yes.
This is a fun one.
We did not fall asleep from our lunch.
Yes.
We're still here.
This is the end of the day.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching. Please keep in touch with us on Instagram and TikTok at Groove Theory Project. And we're on YouTube. Even if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yes.
Please.
Engage.
Thank you.
Give feedback. Tell us your thoughts. And what you would like to hear in the future. Maybe topic discussions. Keep us posted.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
See you guys next time.
Bye.